Okay, today we're going to test Deepseek versus OpenAI, O1 versus R1 specifically. And the first thing we're going to do is get an optimized prompt to use. For this, we're going to use my NeuroGen framework, which optimizes prompts for AI. This way we have an optimized prompt to work with. So let's get started. The script that I have is 300 lines long. What it does is it takes an input directory, and then you can have Python, HTML, and up to 13 types of different files, and it'll convert them to JSON for AI to use as a knowledge base. And you can use these files for your AI agents or your GPTs. So let's get started. First, we're going to get the prompt. You will notice that this creates the prompt with a goal, context, format, constraints. We give it a role as an expert Python developer and code reviewer. This way it fully tunes the AI to gives you the best output possible. And just notice how detailed this prompt is, up to documentation and scalability, and sample code for enhancements to make. All right, so we're gonna copy this whole thing and then bring it into O1. And then we're also gonna paste the script. All right, so let's get it into O1. And it's been thinking for a while. So we got the login, and let's just go over some of the recommendations that it has. So in total, it had 10 recommendations. And we're gonna take that prompt and put it into Deepseek, so get that going as well. As you can see, this is taking forever, so let's just go back to ChatGPT. All right, so we're just gonna copy this whole thing. And we have to integrate it. So we're just gonna tell it to combine and enhance everything, and so that we get one final script. All right, so Deepseek's going now. Okay, so Deepseek thought for 70 seconds, and it doesn't look like it produced a complete script. Remember, ChatGPT had 10 recommendations and enhancements, and it wrote the complete script in one try. So let's see how many this one has. It looks like there are 7 recommendations, and we're just gonna copy it and paste it and get Deepseek to produce a complete script as well. Okay, so we have ChatGPT generating code, and it's going to combine all the improvements and enhancements in place in one run. There are 10 improvements that it's going to implement, and it's going to do it all in one run. The big thing I've noticed in O1 is the higher token output limit. This is gonna do about 500 lines in one go, but I've had it go like as far as 1500 before when building an API. And now we're gonna get Deepseek going as well. That way everything runs at the same time. Just copy all the enhancements and then copy the code. Okay, so ChatGPT is almost finished over here. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit and then get to the end. So we're now going to test the code. And I see that it added more arguments. Okay, so now we're at 516 lines. It added over 200 lines of code. Oh, and it didn't work right away. The system can't find the file specified. And the server is busy for Deepseek. So let's try to get this going again. And we're just going to get ChatGPT to help us resolve that issue. because we're on Windows, we have to just get rid of the first line. So let's get rid of it, and I'll leave the comments in place actually. And let's save it and run it again. Oh, there we go. So it's at 0.97 seconds now. 0.93, and then we started at a 1.6 with the original. So it did make it faster and more efficient. I'll have to go through all the enhancements that I made. But Deepseek is still, I wasn't able to get a second message in place. So I'll have to do another test later since the server is busy. All right, so I'm just going to copy it. All right, so we have to get it to combine it. So there's the combine code right there. So the other one was at 5:15. And this one is at 2:63. So obviously it's not as thorough. Looks a bit more stripped down and straightforward. So we'll have to test it and see how fast it is and if it works. All right, let's get it working and running and see if it actually runs the first time. So as you can see, the other one ran in 1.4 seconds, which is the improved version. The original was around 2 seconds. Or here it says 1.5. And then we just ran it ran at 2 seconds and 1.87. All right, so let's get the Deepseek one going. And we get an error. So let's see what we have to do to fix this. Oh, I think he misspelled one of the variables. So let's try to find it and see where the error is exactly. Okay, let's go into the actual code. And there it is. So that should say os.name. But I'm not seeing all the extensions, so I think that's what the issue is here. So let's get that fixed first. We're gonna go back into Deepseek and see if they can resolve the issue. So let's just paste the whole code in there, and then we're gonna paste the errors. So let's go ahead and copy them. And then paste it back into Deepseek. And let's see if it's up and running. I know the servers have been getting hammered the last couple of days. I don't think they have the infrastructure to handle all that traffic. I guess I could use the API, but that's not what this test is about. So we're just testing it head to head to see which one actually does the job. Okay, so there's another error that we found. So yeah, right there, os.name. So basically I had the wrong syntax. Okay, let's go back into the code and just replace that. Then now we have something else. Like I said, the extensions are missing. So let's see if we can get that result. And the server is busy for Deepseek, of course. So we have to get ChatGPT to fix Deepseek's mistakes and get their script running. So obviously at this point, ChatGPT already won the challenge because we have a working enhanced script. And then we're using ChatGPT to fix Deepseek's issues. So there's the extensions that are missing. But I'm pretty sure there's more missing than that. Because instead of getting more code, it's stripped down code. And I'm not sure what the enhancements are at this point. So again, all I had to do was copy and paste the full code from ChatGPT the first time, and it ran. You know what, I'm just gonna get it to write the whole code. So the mere fact that we have to get OpenAI to fix Deepseek's mistakes says a lot. We can't run the model now, but even if we can, it stripped down the code and it didn't give us working code and we have to fix it. Okay, so here we go. We got the latest script and then we got the CLI. And then let's see if it actually runs now. So we got 324 lines of code now. And it looks like it did run, but it doesn't look like it processed anything. Nope, it didn't process the actual content. All right, so the Deepseek script did not work and it broke the original. See, so I ran the new one, and this is what it's supposed to look like. This is the updated enhanced script. So basically what this script does is that you input a directory and all the files that you have in that directory, it'll convert them into JSON. So you can have Python files, HTML, text, and all types of different files except for PDFs or doc files. And then it converts them to JSON for you to use with your GPTs or AI agents as knowledge.